webinar series. My name is Brian Bates. I'm the Director of Professional Learning for the LTC. Thanks for joining us today. And before I turn it over to my colleague Nicole for today's session, just a couple quick reminders. First, we're recording the session. It'll be available shortly after the session concludes today. You can find it at ltcillinois.org/events/webinars, which is on your screen right now. You can go there, scroll to the bottom of the page where you'll find the on-demand webinars, which will include this one, as well as our past webinars from this school year so far. So feel free to go back and rewatch, or you can go there and share that link with your colleagues if you see something that you think you might want to share with them. Also, we will send out professional development credit for attending live today. You'll receive that tomorrow via email. So if you don't receive it by the end of the day tomorrow, please let me know and I can make sure you get that. If you want to interact with Nicole today during the webinar, please go ahead and use the chat feature in Zoom. You could also use Q&A, but chat's the easiest way to keep track of it for everybody to see. And don't forget to change the to who you're sending the message to everyone. So that way, not just Nicole, but also the other participants see the questions as well. Helps to prevent duplicating questions and keeps everybody up to date with what questions are being answered. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to Nicole for today's session.
All right. Thank you, Brian. I am going to go ahead and take over the screen. Here we go. Minimize you. All right. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for being here with me. I promise not to keep you too crazy long, but I am excited to talk to you about how to become a Google for Education certified coach this afternoon. I am Brian's colleague. I am Nicole Zumpano, for those of you I don't know. Currently, I am the Regional EdTech Coordinator for the LTC in the Chicagoland area. I am transitioning in July into the Director of Instructional Technology Coaching for the LTC. So I'm excited about that. And I'm really happy to be here to talk to you about this program today. Prior to joining the LTC, I spent the last 10 years of my school-based time as an instructional technology coach. And I didn't have a program like this back when I was school-based. So I am excited for all of you to learn a little bit more about it. So what we're going to do, just take a few minutes to talk about the importance of coaching, even though my guess is I probably have a lot of coaches already on the call and you know that. And then I will walk you through Google's program, and then finally how the LTC can actually help you in that journey if you are interested in that. So again, preaching to the choir, especially now during a pandemic, I'm sure as a coach you have been crazy busy just helping teachers with their instructional practices and navigating everything that has to do with remote learning. Many times instructional coaches do spend their time working one-on-one with individual teachers to actually help them with challenges that they're having within their classroom. Sometimes those involve technology. So that's a little bit of how Google plays into this. Google found that, as again, you know already, even coaches need support. And as I mentioned, there was nothing like this back when I was school-based as a coach. I was the only coach in my building. And if I wanted to grow myself professionally or just learn how to be a better coach, I had to do that completely on my own. So what's great about this is Google has come along and said, you know what? They've done some research. They found that coaches need support themselves. They want to hone their practice. They want to deepen their expertise as they go along. So a few years back, they created the certified coaching program. And the way that Google has created this program is they have a year-long curriculum for coaches to go through self-paced on their own. And all of it is centered around a 5-step coaching model. And we're going to talk about that today. Their particular coaching model is very similar to many of the coaching models you've seen from the other coaching gurus. But with Google, basically the first thing they want you to do is come in and to identify a problem that a teacher is having, a problem of practice. It could be anything. So you're going in as a coach, you're working with that teacher to help them identify this problem and to understand what it is they want to do. From there, you are working and you're leading the teacher to figure out investigating strategies that they could use. Sometimes these strategies are going to include technology. Sometimes they will not. But again, as a coach, you are helping the teacher work through this particular process. From there, this is where you would hone in and actually select a specific strategy for this teacher to work on. And then, of course, they're going to take some time and implement this strategy within their classroom. They're going to see what works, see what doesn't work. And then you are going to come together as a coach with the teacher to help them reflect on the entire experience and if it worked or not. So this is a traditional Google coaching cycle. Many times these can take anywhere between 3 to 5 weeks, depending on how many teachers you're working with and also what type of problem they are looking to solve. So that is the whole premise of Google's program. With that, they have their curriculum 100% online. And very interestingly, it's actually very well designed. They have over 50 individual lessons that you can take a look for. Again, they are research proven strategies. Google did a program for multiple years called the Dynamic Learning Project, where they practiced what they preached with this particular program. But within their curriculum, all of these lessons kind of fall under these 7 sections that you see. And they include things like teaching you how to help establish a high-performing coaching team, aligning your coaching with actual school or district goals that they have in mind, building relationships with teachers. As you know, that is extremely important, especially if you want to see growth in a program or to see a program be sustainable. You have to have great relationships in place. The curriculum will also allow you an opportunity not only to create, but to manage and figure out some coaching materials that you can use, including schedules and rosters and different ways that you can approach teachers and paper management. And then also to develop strategies to address diverse goals and measure coaching impact. So you always want to focus on the wins, especially as a coach. You know, many of you know it's difficult sometimes to grab those wins. So the entire curriculum is going to help you work through that and recognize when you see those wins and how you can capture that information. And of course, many more. So process. If you wanted to become a Google for Education certified coach, first and foremost, one of the prerequisites is that you do have to be Google Level 1 and Level 2 certified. And we're talking Google Workspace. So you would have to have those 2 things even before you submit your application. And again, you would have to provide evidence that you have passed and you are current in your Google certification. Google is also very clear about saying they do expect that you are going to work throughout the school year on this curriculum. I want to say they'd recognize if you went through the curriculum very quickly, and I'll explain to you how they would actually recognize that as well. But they want to make sure that you've gone through at least 2 or more coaching cycles for that 5-step coaching cycle that I just showed you. Also good to know is their applications are rolling, so you can complete the application at any point within the school year that you feel you are ready to do so, and you can submit it. So there aren't going to be specific application deadlines for submission. And then finally, one of the great features is there is no set limit on the amount of coaches that they can take in if you are accepted into the program. So you don't have to worry about that aspect either. So what is the process to do this? First and foremost, go through all of the modules of their online curriculum, complete the activities, complete your coaching cycles that go along with that. Google puts this at roughly between 15 to 20 hours of your time. That's why they're saying you're not going to get through this curriculum if you're doing it with fidelity in the way it was intended. After you do that, then you are going to prepare your portfolio materials. You're going to record a short video. You are going to include specific artifacts that they're looking for. And again, some of those artifacts involve logs and giving examples of different phases of coaching cycles you've gone through with teachers. So it is going to be important as you're going along to make sure that you are documenting things when you are going through these coaching cycles. The third step is you are to secure a letter of reference from an administrator. This is not as scary as it sounds, but essentially Google wants to know that you are having an impact, and they want to hear that from another additional party. And then finally, when all of that is complete, that's when you would submit all of your evidence and your online application and be accepted into the program, fingers crossed. So there's a lot of benefits to becoming a Google certified coach. These are some of the ones that Google points out. They will give you a fancy little digital badge that shows that you are an actual certified Google coach, and you'll have the ability to display that anywhere you have a public profile. You'll gain membership into Google's global coaching community. So you'll have an opportunity to connect and collaborate with coaches around the world as well. They will feature you in their Google for Education directory and list you as a coach in the event another district or someone is interested in any sort of coaching services. So you'll be recognized that way as well. And then some bonuses for Google is they will also give you some invitations to some professional development opportunities. So they don't say, okay, you went through the curriculum, you're completely done learning now. They'll say, hey, we have these new opportunities where you can participate as a coach that are not open to the general population, and you will be invited to those. And then another real fun one is sometimes they will come through and say, hey, we're going to be rolling out some changes in some of our products, and we are going to invite our coaches and our trainers and our innovators only. This is not open to the public yet. So in some instances, you will receive a sneak peek into some of what is going on at Google, which is always fun. And then I like to think about my own personal benefits to becoming a Google certified coach, which I am a Google certified coach. It's personal professional growth. As I mentioned, when I was school-based, I did this journey on my own, and it was difficult at best. So going through a curriculum like this allows you an opportunity to grow, and again, to grow your practice as a coach. It also gives you the opportunity to expand your professional learning network. So the more people that you have within your network, the more ideas you can generate, and the more people that understand what you are going through as well. And then finally, this might be a perk for some of you. Again, when I was school-based, I looked at this as domain for evidence. We were evaluated on the Danielson framework. And again, taking the time to go through a program like this shows leadership, and it shows initiative on your part, and it shows professional growth. So those are some of the benefits. Once you achieve certification, there are things that you need to do to maintain certification. You will, again, continue to use that 5-step coaching model throughout all of your coaching opportunities within your district as well. And Google is asking that you log at least 100 hours of one-on-one coaching per year. That's not 100 cycles. That could be a series of, let's say you're meeting with one teacher to go through the cycle. You could have potentially 5 to 10 hours with that one individual teacher, and you would use all of that to count toward your 100 hours throughout the entire school year. They will give you access to an activity app where you would actually log that information and keep track of that. So how can we help in this journey? We are an official Google recommended coaching partner. So we will show up in Google's directory as one of their recommendations. And what we've done is we've created a program to actually help coaches through this process if they are interested. So coming in June, I am going to be starting up some LTC Google Coach cohorts. And basically what that means is coaches will receive ongoing support from me and all of the other coaches in the cohort and other LTC Google certified coaches that have been through the program as well. You're going to have opportunities for both synchronous and asynchronous learning to take place more or less at your own pace. And then there is a tiered membership. So it's not this is one cohort for everyone. There are 3 different tiers to meet the needs of people that are at different points in their coaching journey. So what does that look like? First one would be, First one would be a 6-month program. And with the 6-month program, basically that involves a kickoff event, which is just a 1-hour, hey, here's an introduction to Google's whole program. Here are the other people in the cohort. What type of support do you need? So that's an opportunity for everyone to get together synchronously. So this will be done online. You'll receive additional support throughout the 6-month program with the curriculum in a private space, a PLC, so a professional learning community of cohort participants only. So again, once you become a Google certified coach, you'll have that global, opportunity to connect with people. The nice part about this is a smaller cohort of peers of yours that are kind of geographically closer than global. And you can connect with them and, bounce ideas off of them and just support each other through that as well. The opportunity for office hours, for lack of better term, where we can all come together at a set time. And if you're available and you have questions or you just want to connect with other coaches and just talk, we'll have that opportunity to do that 6 different times. And then up to 30 professional development hours for Illinois educators. When I say up to, that's reflective of if you attend the kickoff event, the office hour events, or so on. But you will receive a set amount of PDHs for going through the Google curriculum, even if you can't make some of the synchronous events. And the timeline for that would be beginning August and then ending in February. Tier number 2 expands it a little bit to an 8-month program, which offers a little bit more. But again, some people also just need that extra time built in. So again, the kickoff event, support the PLC. Again, we are increasing now to 8 office hour opportunities as opposed to 6 with the 6-month program. This tier, the 8-month program, also offers support for Google Level 1 and Google Level 2. So if you are not a Level 1 or Level 2 certified educator already, we will help you get there, and we will also pay for your exam fees for Google Level 1 and Google Level 2. If you are already Level 1, Level 2 certified, you're more than welcome to hop into those trainings and just maybe learn some additional tidbits that you might not have known about Google as we go. And again, with those increased opportunities does come the increased PDHs if, again, you attend different meetings. Timeline for that, again, starting in August, but then going out to April. And then finally, for those of you that say 6 months is just a little too quick, I need to stretch this out to fit into my schedule, that's fine. We can do that too. And again, same initial things that you're getting with these 6 and 8-month programs, only you are, again, getting increased office hour opportunities, Google Level 1, Level 2. This one includes a book study based on the EduVentures book that Google recommends, written by Chicago's own Jenny Majera. And the book is included with that tier as well. And then also, this one contains a private one-on-one session with an LTC Google certified coach before you submit your portfolio. So we can go through everything with you. We can take a look at all of your documents and let you know this is fantastic. It's good to go. Go ahead and submit it. And up to 50 professional development hours, again, for that one. And then finally, that one is a full year. Remember, Google recommends that coaches take a full year to complete the entire process, but as professionals, you can determine what fits your needs as well. So with that, that is essentially the whole nutshell of the program. If you are interested, I do have a link to a form. Once I stop talking to you, I will pop this into the chat. If you're interested in just getting information once registration opens, there's no commitment. You just want to be notified when registration opens. You'll please fill out this form for us. And that way, as soon as it opens, we'll get you an email as well. And then I will also give you a link to the slide deck if you need some time to go back through and check it out and see what it's about. So at this point, that is a nutshell of how to become a Google certified coach and how we can help support you if you are interested in that type of support. So what I'm going to do is I am going to minimize, actually, let me come out of presentation mode. I'm going to copy this link for you And then I'm going to stop sharing my screen, and we are going to get ready to pop this into the chat. Changing monitors here. All right, so this is the interest form. And then let me grab you the link to the slide deck. And then if anyone has any questions about the process to become a Google certified coach or our LTC cohorts, we certainly have some time for that now. No
I'm going to go ahead. Oh, sorry, Nicole. I was just to say, since we've got a decent group here, I'm just going to go ahead and give everyone the opportunity to talk. That way, if you'd like to unmute yourself, you're welcome to do so.
If you're super shy and you don't want to talk, you can always reach out to me and I will answer your questions. My contact information is in the slide deck, and that is the second link that is on there. And look at that, I got you out before 4.
Well, that's all. Thank you, Nicole, and thank you everyone for joining. Make sure that you fill out that form so you can be notified when these cohorts are opened. And I also highly recommend you check out and be on the lookout for what the LTC is doing with the coaching program. Nicole mentioned, as she mentioned, we'll be directing the coaching program. So keep an eye on that, see what kind of great things are going on with that program, and don't hesitate to reach out with any questions.
Oh, so Nicole says she doesn't see anything in a chat for links. I'm sorry. I did the classic rookie move and I sent it to panelists only.
It defaults to that for the panelists now. That's been a recent change, so.
Thank you, Nicole. All right, so there are the links. You should be able to see those. All right, well, feel free to reach out anytime if you have any questions whatsoever. If you decide to take the journey, good luck on the journey, and we are here and happy to help if you are interested.
All right, as I mentioned, this recording will be available here shortly after it gets done processing at ltcillinois.org/events/webinars. So you can go check it out again if you wanted to rewatch as well. So thank you everyone for joining, and Nicole, thanks for sharing about the coaching program.
Take care, all.